an intense back and forth game one that went past 60 minutes. We now get a fun little dead rubber match. This game doesn't matter at all, so I imagine the players know that and are just gonna have a good time with it. We got a Jinkyu Pudge, Avery.
Yeah, it's like Xtreme asked everybody what they wanted to play, and then Ame was like, terribly.
30 seconds to battle.
I will carry this game, even if you try and stop me.
Let me show Arteezy how it's done.
Yeah, this looks like one of my pub lineups. But there is some reasoning behind the madness, right? Like, these picks are maybe not what they would play in a grand final game 5, but there is some logic behind all of them. They have the Undying to try and counteract the melee heroes that Shopify are trying to present with the Darkseer lineup. Ame's going to die here, giving away a First Blood that...
What's the logic behind that?
Oh, actually, Fairy Fire. What? The logic behind the First Blood?
Yeah.
He was laughing. Whenever Ame laughs, he dies.
What? Okay. Never heard that one before.
Also, they have the ultimate Crystal Maiden counter.
Literally anything that has
Pudge.
damage that kills her? Oh.
Okay, what is Pudge?
She's too slow to dodge the
yes,
hook?
that's actually, that's legit the counter. That is why they picked it. You see Crystal Maiden, you pick Pudge. You cannot dodge hook. If you click hook on the center of the unit, within max range, she cannot dodge. She dies 100% of the time.
And then later on, if you hook her and somehow she survives through being dismembered, she frostbites you, but she still can't get out of range of rot.
Yeah, it's a terrible matchup.
Too slow.
It is legitimately one of the worst matches for me. The two that always come to my mind are Rubik and Pudge.
Yeah.
Even back on my old teams in NA, people used to see Maiden pick Pudge.
Dyer's
It's just free.
has been killed.
You just get fed on. And this could be a scary Pudge game if he gets some extra stacks, gets a shard up. You never know. So I have faith in Xtreme's idea behind the heroes, but I definitely think Shopify's brilliant lineup has a bit more, the smaller synergies going on. They have triple melee hero with the Bear plus Darkseer, DK going in. They have the Batrider Darkseer lane. They have a Maiden Lone Druid lane. Everything's just kind of like nice and tidy for them here. But the chaos is what Xtreme Gaming can bring to the table between Pudge and Huskar. And this is technically a almost 5 melee hero lineup. Huskar's, he's basically a melee hero.
Sure.
And Terrorblade is melee hero half the time. So
It almost feels like they should have the Darkseer.
yeah, in a way. So far, Yopaj doing well, but this matchup will kick off between that 3 and 5. And then the pain will ensue as the waves get pulled top and waves get pulled bottom. Everybody's been pulling some waves. Orb of Venom ready for Jinkyu. He's ready to hook this Crystal Maiden. Watch him. Oh my! He did not click on the hero. That was his mistake. He assumed that was a normal 300 MS hero. That's why he's laughing about it. He's like, oh yeah, I forgot that this hero actually can't dodge my spell. I outplayed myself.
You don't need to try and throw the hook where she's going to be.
You just click her. You just click her.
Just throw it at her.
Yeah. He'll get it the second time around. I have no doubt. Now, you could always block the hooks with the Bear if Artur really wanted to protect his little Maiden.
It would be the nice thing to do.
That would be.
Yopaj is killing it.
Yeah, he's owning.
15 and 5 compared to 11 and 2. I know this matchup is supposed to get harder.
Well, he went
3, 4, 5.
He went disarm over spear level 1, so it does make the ramp up slower into when you start to really punish him. Yopaj taking advantage of it for sure, but this lane will become impossible between the 3 and 5.
Yeah.
No way around it. Nice double decay. And lane getting shoved in top, so this is where Kit Track can get hooked onto the tower, but the Bear is actually doing a lot of work here. Artur is definitely thinking about these hooks. Diola Core.
An attempted dive under the tower goes wrong.
Yeah, that was not even close. That was not even remotely close to working, but EY happy to clean it up and force a teleport to the tower out of Saberlight. Man, he's missing a lot of resources. We'll get some of them refilled with the TP, but so far the lane's looking fairly solid for Xtreme. Once again, they're matching Shopify Rebellion strength of the tournament and going toe-to-toe and coming out a little ahead, especially as Darkseer is struggling on the early waves. As XM almost dies to his own blood
Ooh,
grenade.
blood grenade.
It's not enough.
Final hit is not going to be enough.
He had Fairy Fire the whole time, so. That was close. This lane's starting to ramp up. We're seeing the CS differential swing back towards the Huskar as well.
What do you
Opening up
even
a network
do?
gap.
It's Dragonite. Like, you can't rotate yet.
Oh, just wait till Pudge smokes mid and hooks him, then he's really going to be sad. Why don't
That
we
is,
see
of course, after he gets the hook on Crystal Baton, which we're all waiting for.
Yeah, I mean, Xinqiu showing some mercy here, right? He doesn't want to make his life too hard.
Maybe he just doesn't know Pudge as well as you do.
No, I think he probably knows it way better than I do.
Are you sure? He's only gold tier.
This is a TP where he doesn't really have the mana. That was an awful TP.
Are you sure? He knows Pudge better than
Well, he doesn't have mana for hook. He's just down here now.
Has been killed.
He's hanging out.
Here he comes. He has the hook mana again.
He had a clarity going.
Will he hit this? Cap, you have to answer right now. He's going to hit
No.
it. Oh! All right, he's real sad now. I'll tell you one thing. When you go,
TP to a lane, you throw a hook. Now you're fucking
this is when your carry reports you, and then you lose behavior score. Useless support Pudge and miss all hook in all chat. Uninstall game, please, thanks.
And the Huskar gets ganked while all of those
rotation.
shenanigans were going on. So, goes from bad to worse for Xtreme Gaming. All because of Xinqiu.
Yeah, Xinqiu is really griefing every lane in this game at this point. Does get the clarity, though, so he's going to refill here. I mean, when you go the Orb of Venom early, it actually sucks if you don't get the first or two hooks, because it's a lot of extra gold that's not into resources or regen, and then if you get the hook, the Orb of Venom kind of secures it, but you got to land it. So he's still looking for his first one here. Looking for the Dark Seer. Is he going to hit a Cap? You have to answer right now.
This time, yes.
Like Blood Grenade, that's cheap.
Yeah, blood grenade.
Yeah, that doesn't count. I mean, he should do that, but
Radiant's courier has been killed.
how does Ame Courier die so
Radiant
much?
structures are fortified.
Yeah, that does happen a lot to him. Oh, they're ganking the Huskar again.
He's
Relentless. I mean,
level
this
5.
is what you do to make a Dragon Knight happy in a Huskar matchup.
You got the DD2, and I mean, they're just going to get everything here plus a Tombstone.
Killed.
Well, I mean, this is what you're supposed to do versus Hero, by the way. This is why it was really frustrating when I watched a lot of the Huskar matches from the last few years. It's like, oh!
Is that going to
He
be good
body
enough?
blocked him!
Not
Hit him with
quite.
the Orb of Venom. Now he's getting
Yopaj.
body blocked.
Yopaj actually turned around to hit a couple times. That was dangerous. He's still going to go for it. Refire to finish him off.
Now what can you
He
do,
just
you know?
got like 1,000 golds in 60 seconds.
Sometimes you hook life, and sometimes life hooks you. That's the way she goes.
He's top net worth.
Yeah, he's having a great game. So what I was going to say is, Huskar is one of the most susceptible heroes to getting ganked, and all of his game is kind of thrown off a bit.
Yeah.
And then your mid laner has a great game, which is not what the last pick Huskar is designed to do. I feel like we watched so many of those last pick Huskar games, and he never got ganked once. They just
Yeah.
left him on an island. Like, think of all those LGD games where Zhao 8 put NTS in the one-on-one mid versus Huskar,
Yeah.
and then just left him isolated there versus Quinn for like 12 minutes. And they were like, wow, this lane's really bad, you know? Like, I feel like people underestimate how worth it is to gank him, even if it costs you a little bit somewhere else, right? Which there's always a trade-off in competitive, but I feel as though the trade-off versus this hero is almost always worth it.
Yeah, because most Huskar lineups define their entire lineup,
Yes.
their entire strategy, right?
Yeah, most of the time. Not always, and I know sometimes that gank is difficult, sometimes you get outvisioned, whatever, but I do feel like people underestimated the impact of it, and you can end up in games like this where suddenly, you know, this Huskar pick, he can still do Huskar things in this game. It's not like the game is over for XM, but it's just not going to be a game that just implodes because you left a guy alone versus Huskar, and he got solo killed twice and denied every rune, and his tower's dead. And now Yopaj is rolling. Second power rune going his way. Second DK form. And the tri-lane's back.
Drops the tombstone so they can farm that as well. Very nice of him.
Yeah, thank you, DY. Well, the check's in the mail. We appreciate
Yopaj
it.
just getting so much gold off of all this.
Radiant's middle
He's so
tower
fat.
is under attack.
Oh, he's going to get another one?
Oh, wrong way.
I mean, he's fast.
He's much faster than XM, that's for sure. Small little pushback, and that deters Yopaj from chasing.
So Arcane Rune DK form, though, so he's another one in 40 seconds.
Yeah, and he almost has Blink Dagger, too, so he's going to finish up that Blink Dagger, and he'll have another Dragon form to use with it.
All right, this early game went a little haywire for XG here as Shopify Rebellion take advantage of it. And I mean, they have really good heroes to capitalize in the side lanes in terms of solo XP while this tri-lane mid's happening. But Jin-Q is gonna make something of this Pudge if it kills the man.
It just might. There are 2 supports behind this dragon.
Getting ready to land a big juicy one on Yopaj here.
4K check. What is Kitrag doing? Checking for vision, it seems. Oh.
Did he try and hook him? I wasn't watching. It's on cooldown. He must have.
The biggest counter to Crystal Maiden in the game.
I don't know, man. Kitrax
hasn't hooked him
I'll
once.
tell you one thing. Kitrax's putting on a mobility clinic right now in the first 10 minutes of this game. These side steps are just world class right now.
Are they?
Oh, big Sunder for Ame.
If XXS could just get on top of him, they will claim Shaperlight's life.
Ame with the Sunder out. There we go.
Oh, we got him. He didn't even mean to hit him on that one.
Accidentally hit him, but he'll take it.
Accidentally hits the Crystal Maiden.
And now he has 6.
Dismembers underneath the tombstone.
2
Great stuff. And they have XXS coming in from behind after getting that kill on the Darkseer. So it all comes up Extreme Gaming.
And he hooks a zombie. Wait, what?
I think he hit the zombie. He didn't hit the neutral.
I thought you can't hook zombies anymore.
No, you definitely can.
Well, he hooked the zombie.
100% can. It's a hard counter.
So he was trying to hook his teammate, but Maiden somehow guarantees that you eventually will get hooked by this. And that's double the flesh heaps for Jin-Q here. He is now living the life. Number 3, actually. And the one from earlier. He's back.
He's back, baby.
He's got arcane boots now.
Missed another hook on Crystal Maiden, though.
No, that was a zoning hook.
The zoning hook. What was he zoning him from?
Zoning him from the D-ward, of course. You just don't understand the nuances of the
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
I've heard you call Flush, Pudge
what were you
some other names.
Don't bring those names up. See if Jin-Q can gain some more momentum here as XM's recovering. XXS reaps the benefit of that TP bottom and get the big Darkseer kill. He's top of the board. Everything evened out. Big dismember. And Ame's just playing a normal game here. This is another ranked Q for him. Big saving hook there. DY would have been dead for sure.
Yeah, but
he did not have that punch behind him. He's going back in.
100 HP Undying.
He's like, hook me again, HP. Brother. Hook me again.
He's like, it's still on cooldown.
Where's my hook?
What are you doing? Why are you up there? I just saved you.
What was
it? Do it again. Yopaj diving the tier 2 to put some damage on Jin-Q, but flesh heap.
I don't know if anybody in this game really knows what's happening. But I see Jin-Q is just laughing, so they must be enjoying themselves.
I mean, he is playing the Pudge.
He's also gotten a far mid lane for like 5 minutes.
Yeah, that's kind of weird.
XM just jungling. Ame just jungling. Now DY also, all right, he's decaying some golems. He's really feeling himself.
Bounty.
Across the map they go. Shopify just holding this part. XM will pop out of the jungle. Or Shopify gonna try and do something about him? They could. Blink stun into a lasso.
They don't know where the Pudge is, Austin.
It's true.
How can you make any play when you don't see this man on the map? It's impossible. Like, here, you can't do anything. You could get hooked right now.
SPG is a Pudge enthusiast.
Yeah, just me. Definitely nobody else in the world loves watching this hero. The most played hero of all time. The most honest hero in some ways, if you think about it. This is a high ground tomb. I don't know if you wanted this fight.
It's a low ground freezing field, but it seems to be good enough to kill the Undying. But XM is here to reap the rewards, and Q lands the hook for the +1.
Ame likes what he sees in that fight. Oh, yeah. flesh grows as the stacks continue to pile up here for Xinqiu, number 4.
He grows larger and larger.
I mean, Shopify Rebellion don't know what to do in this game. Every move they make has just been beautifully counterplayed.
Your life is forfeit.
I would love to hear the XG comms in this one.
Yeah. I feel like it's just DY and Xinqiu having a good time. While the rest of Xtreme are trying to play a real Dota game.
I don't know if DY's having a good time. I'm not gonna lie, dude.
I mean, he's having a good time in
He
like a
looks so
support, I don't
serious.
care if I die sort of
He
way,
looks
you know?
so serious. This man is one of the most stonewalled players of all time.
You said that earlier about somebody else.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, you did.
Did I? I don't listen to myself, so.
Dire's
I
top
know,
tower
I have
is
to.
under attack.
TP top. Smoke. Coming out. Big smoke. Blink for XXS, so he
I
can
mean,
beat
Artee's
anything off.
just been peacefully farming away in this top lane this entire time, and the smoke is going to get ruined by Theo Lecor.
Or is it?
I mean, it does. They do not get on top of Arteezy like they wanted.
Bam.
Kill the Batrider instead. Wait a minute, the other two cores.
Yeah, what's going on over here?
Ame
Core
went through the
flank.
gate, got in from behind, and catches Arteezy with the help of XM, who looks like he's going to get burned out by his own illusion.
He hooked us on me
right
again.
middle of the freezing field.
This is the weirdest team fight I've seen in a long time, but it's working out for Shopify, I guess.
I mean, it's all due to the great synergy of Undying Pudge support
That's right.
duo.
That zombie took one for the team.
Literally like the worst. One of the worst synergies in the game. Drop Tombstone entirely negate Pudge's one ability.
Well, you just wait for the zombie to die.
Radiant structures are fortified.
What?
And then if the zombie doesn't die, the zombie's killing him. Oh!
That's a lot of noise for not a lot of action.
He's gonna get the maiden here. Look, his maiden's too slow, man.
Oh, Frostbite though. Xinqiu was trying to hit the hook. And he got him
Damn.
on the Crystal Maiden, but the
And
bear.
they're all
What
dead.
about the bear? Great hook. This really does look like one of your pubs.
Yeah, this looks like a party stack. 3-man decay though, that's pretty nice.
This is one of those. This is one of our party queue games, and Fear is playing Terrorblade here. It's just like, what is going on?
This is
Why are you guys feeding so much?
Ame's sweating right now. Oh god. Yatoro's watching me. Oh god, I gotta carry this game.
Toro, help me.
I gotta look good.
Top tower is under attack.
Team, what's happening? Tier 2 going down 17 minutes. I mean, this is a push
Power
lineup.
of Lone Druid Dragon Knight.
This is a lineup that can punish some chaos. Oh! No, that was. What are you doing, man?
I'm doing an impression
No.
of you.
No, let me leave that to me first of all. And second, that was not a hook. He has a blink, by the way. That's why you didn't even see him there.
It was the same level as hook as from before.
This man's got a blink, and they're smoking back up. Nothing will deter Xinqiu in this
Dire's
game
structures are
from
fortified.
getting the flesh he deserves. And there's a little maiden. You can't run.
Uh-oh.
What the hell just
Jackie
happened?
channeling spells, but that's okay.
Yeah, that looked bad, but that is number 6. My man. He's cooking out here. Retake his outpost. Get a D ward for DY. Just like that.
Cooking up some meat.
They're back.
How early can Lone Druid do Roshan?
I mean, pretty early if you want to, but it's not necessarily super fast. They could do it here. But again, it's not that efficient. First Roche isn't that useful. I guess if they want to power the second one into an early spawn, go high ground early or something, we could see some shenanigans happen. So far, they're just cruising, man. They believe in their scale. They got past the Huskar early game. The Batrider's picking up the 4th core slot, and they do not seem phased by this Pudge's impact.
Radiant are
Yeah,
scanning.
XM's been pretty quiet here. His build is Interesting. Armlet, Eternal Shroud, Heaven's Halberd. Is this the Huskar build?
I think most players would opt for a BKB over a Shroud, but again, like I said, this guy just does his own thing, you know.
Huh.
He is undeterred. He makes his own meta.
Okay.
21-minute Wisdom Rune coming out soon.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Get a couple pickoffs, you can posture aggressively. Nice high ground ward that they can play around, but the old core knows they're here, and Ame
Shin Q.
needs a hook.
Save Ame! Oh no!
Oh! He actually got, I thought he was last one for sure. That
Thought he was gonna get caught as well.
all right. Big man got some moves.
Does he?
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
AD rune in the river.
AD Rune.
Let's see if Artur decides to pick it up. Let's send in the
First
bear.
time I've heard somebody call it that.
DY was just trying to jungle a couple creeps.
That's a bad sign when you're
Team has been a struggle.
level 4 decay jungling.
He's still taunting though, so he's having a good time, I guess. That'll be his 9th death. He is 50% of Shopify Rebellion's kills right now.
Well, that's kind of a good sign in a way.
Yeah, it's not the worst. Another tier 2. Melted as Bear. And Shiva's is done for Saberlight. So it's been done for a little bit, but that's your big fighting item here. You're ready to rumble any of these 5-on-5s. Your biggest threat is the Tombstone remaining up. But if the Tombstone dies, so like a drum charge on the Maiden plus some other right clicks going through, then I think you're pretty happy with the longer fight. Especially if you can find pickoffs like this to start it with, and well, that is a BKB.
Yeah, got the BKB out of him. Turn back around, do some damage to Yopaj, waiting for his hook to be in, but
Big
the
hook
bear is
coming.
coming. The bear is coming.
Blink hook the bear. Whew. Mercy. Mercy was shown.
You always say that.
Mjolnir done.
Dire's
Arthur's
Yeah,
hitting all the
that
time.
is going to be super scary. Shiva's, and then you're going to have this Mjolnir bear with static charge
Yeah,
on
it's
it.
a lot of frontline utility.
Dire are scanning.
You hit that bear with the burning spears, and it has static charge on it. It's just going to be zapping out lightning nonstop.
Ooh, could be-
Yopaj sitting on the front lines, out blinks XXS,
But he
The
can't
hook
outblink.
lands. Fate. Did he want to land the hook though? XM does get his life break on Yopaj, but he is searched away. No problem there. Bear coming in from behind, tearing into XM. XM has the Heaven's Halberd though. Missed hook onto the real
No, that
bear.
was purposeful. That was purposeful.
It was zoning hook once again.
Zoning hook. Artur got zoned out of the fight. Now he has to walk all the way back in. Oh,
Nice
that's a back.
wall vacuum. Beautiful stuff
God
from Saberlight.
damn.
Extreme Gaming, there's no
Still
doubt.
alive though.
Yeah, it's slow death, but there's no way they're winning the fight. They'll eventually go down.
XXS charging charge. He's like, I think I'm gonna cancel that on second thought.
Yeah, now he no longer has a charge to get out.
Yeah, Saberlight he's taking this game over, taking that fight over.
And you've got a high amount of attack speed on a bear. It could very easily take a lane of
Oh, I
bear
think
if
this is
Extreme
a-
isn't careful.
This should be a Rax.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
They're gonna absolutely melt the buildings here, and
Radiant structures are fortified.
oh, they have a glyph, but
Dire's top tower.
I don't know. Can you fight without the tombstone?
Radiant's
That's a big
bottom
question.
tower is under attack.
I mean, this whole lineup is centered around the hook. You hook them in, and then you drop the tombstone. And then even if there's a back wall, maybe you're just standing your ground. Now that was another zoning hook. See, that was a
Well, what was he zoning him from this time? He's
It's just
giving up trying to
efficient.
come up with excuses for...
look. You can't hit a hook you don't throw. Okay. Meanwhile, Ame, he's still in farming, so
Ame does do that.
Radiant
Once he
are
gets the
scanning.
Scotty, it'll help debilitate the bear that's running at them a little bit, but...
you know what's the answer to Darks here in this game, though? Undying's just awful against Darks here. You just get backed in the wall with Flesh Golem, and then you're just stuck in there, and the fight's all centered around this, but you don't want to leave the fight because you dropped a tombstone somewhere, and it just gets real weird. But I feel like this anchored type of engagement, it just favors Saberlight right now because you know XG are going to clump in the fight. Like, someone's getting hooked, and then they're all going on this hook guy, or they're defending a tombstone. You're getting a 3+ man wall every time.
I like the fact that Saberlight invested into the shard. I think that Darkseer shard is
It's not bad, yeah.
very underrated.
I think when you're ahead, it's pretty good. When you're behind, it's
Yeah, sure.
pretty terrible. But, well, we'll see how much the Shroud build does from here.
Yeah, he'll get a lot of magic resistance with 5 heroes beating on him.
Didn't,
You should have left well enough alone.
another big pickoff.
And another time to hit high ground. Gotta wait for the creep wave, though.
Is Shopify Rebellion on a timer in this game?
I'd say a little bit, but another fantastic zoning hook from Shinkyu. Now he's gonna be lassoed. Pulled into the bear. Boy, he dies fast.
Yeah, he got messed up. There's a tombstone down.
Look at XXS, forced to use BKB. He turns around, grabs the bear. They're going to try and focus that bear down. It's not going down
got a
easy. And once
Terrorblade
again,
illusion.
Saberlight managed to get the grab of the vacuum onto the Terrorblade, get a TP illusion. That kind of keeps Ame out of the fight. So they can focus down DY. Now the buildings, not much Ame can do about it.
Need a big hook into the Huskar respawn. Look at the bear.
Get
That's
the bear, resummon, and okay, it's just enough to be able to get the building and maybe get out. Maybe go back in.
Maybe hook somebody.
Dragon Tail to lead things off, but he has the shard on the... Okay, that doesn't last very long. Pop like a pinata, and out comes XM. Attempted grab, immediately stopped by the Orchid. No problem there, and a beautiful vacuum once again from Saberlight. They just make it way too easy. Forced to use
Not
the
a bad
thunder,
thunder.
but he's pretty tanky. Saberlight looks like he
meta
might die
ran out.
eventually. Maybe he won't actually die. They actually kill Ame before Saberlight goes down. And Xtreme Gaming,
Well-
you want to call it?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're going to call it.
Well, for a game that didn't mean anything, I guess they had fun. But that Pudge pick did not look too hot, I must be honest. It was a struggle. And
Sure you don't know more about Pudge?
a swift push by Shopify Rebellion. They got the try out their lone druid, so I think that was there was some value in that game for sure for them.